And so if they want to be mean to us, then that's fine. I'd rather them be mean to us than to someone else.
That's fine.
Well, if you say so. What's going on, everyone? Your favorite jealous haters back with some more beef. So in the last episode of Dragon Vlog Z, Fat Bill and Bobbity here did this whole song and dance around Goku, aka stealing a police officer's gun, and how they learned all these life lessons and learnings from their days as law-abiding citizens. Claim that they grew from the experience, even though Karen decided to steal after the fact of Qua getting arrested and apparently changing for the better. Guess Karen didn't get the memo, even though she was the one that claimed that she supported Qua through the entire process. The contradictions, excuses, and ignorance were mouth-breathing level. Qua, for some reason, still thinks to this day that juvie, jail, and prison are the same thing, which is the epitome of privilege.
That doesn't mean he's privileged, Apoc. He could have just not known.
Yeah, the only reason why Qua doesn't know and didn't see the inside of an actual jail cell was because mommy threw some cash at a bomb-ass defense attorney and got him off pretty damn easy if you ask me. The guy literally went on a crime spree for weeks, stole guns from a police officer, was only charged as a felon but not an adult, and served 0 jail time? If that's not privilege, I don't know what is. And you all know how Qua always does this whole thing about,
After I got arrested, guys, I wanted to work really hard because I felt like a loser.
and worked at the family restaurant without getting paid. Yeah, he most likely was on house arrest or parole or something, paying off all those court fees mommy took care of. I mean, it makes sense. He claims all he did was go to work and school for the longest time, right? Ever notice there's no talk about a punishment? So he got arrested for third-degree grand theft, charged as a felon, and that's it? No fine? No time behind bars? Shit, even Karen had a punishment. 100 hours of community service for stealing a t-shirt. But Qua gets off scot-free for going on a crime spree. Right.
Seems like house arrest to me.
That or mommy threw a little hush-hush money at the judge. So obviously with KK getting off easy, accountability really isn't a thing for them. And no matter how dense these two come off, the whole young and dumb crap doesn't fly, especially now being full-grown adults and still pulling fast ones on people, like when they scam their community out of $100 to crowdfund their giveaway.
Not really sure how that's giving back, but Sycamore did.
Now back in 2019, KK pushed out some more doo-doo called $4,000 went missing live security footage, where apparently some cutie pie wanted to give Karen and Qua the old Nguyen treatment and broke into their cars and took $4,000 worth of Gucci or whatever, I don't know. And it seemed like everything that could have went wrong did, even though all of it could have been prevented, which is just too damn perfect. Okay,
Let's learn to grow together.
We were dirt poor. Wait, so we have 2 stories to
Why is the policeman here?
Everybody in jail.
No. Someone robbed us.
Classic Karen reaction.
Alright guys, this is a little different video than we normally post, but
Sitting down and talking to make a quick buck or two? Nothing new there, brother.
I got a ring at the doorbell this morning. Is that what you call it? A ring at the doorbell. I just can't believe that. What?
You always talk so weird in videos. Just
Because I can't think straight.
Why not? Pretty simple shit. Kind of weird for a daily vlogger not being able to compose themselves on camera. Makes you wonder when the lie's coming.
there's a knock on the front door. I opened it up and there was a police officer sitting there.
But I thought there was a ring at the doorbell, not a knock. And didn't Karen answer the door? Not Qua? Let the contradictions begin.
First I was like, oh, fuck, great. Like another like troll called someone on us, you know? Like something like that. I knew, I guess.
So Karen's first thought was maybe trolls were messing around with them again, which is understandable, but Qua just knew, I guess. His mind went straight to car robbing. How to conclude that one?
Oh, he had just walked out the door because he was going to go get a Starbucks. And then the cop, literally as he walked out, the cop rang the doorbell and I was like, oh great, I'm alone now.
So did the cop ring the doorbell or did he knock on the door? And how did Qua answer the door if he wasn't even in the room?
And then Paul ran back and he's like, did someone steal out of our car?
Yeah,
and I was like,
I
oh
knew.
my
Just
God.
because like we...
How was Qua's first thought the exact thing that happened to them? How is that possible? At this point in time, they have no clue about being robbed. And there were so many different scenarios as to why the cops showed up at their doorstep. Like, I don't know, maybe something bad happened, or maybe they're looking for a suspect that may be in the area, or hey, as Karen stated, a troll called CPS on them again. But for some reason, Qua just automatically assumed to being being robbed. We are barely in this video, and things are already falling apart.
We're idiots, and we always leave the car unlocked.
Always. Like, well, I do. Paul always locks his car.
Well, apparently not. He just said you both are idiots for leaving your cars unlocked all the time, which I find kinda weird, since Qua was literally arrested for breaking into unlocked cars. You think he would know better.
And usually I have nothing in the Tahoe. Like, that's why I leave it unlocked. I just have nothing in it.
Karen leaving things in the Tahoe is a literal meme.
The reason why I left my purse in the car this time is because I had all 3 kids going to Starbucks, and so I got all the 3 kids out and the Starbucks, and I looked back and like, okay, I'll come back and get it. And then I never came back and got it.
Not really much of an excuse. The kids seem to be running around on their own in the vlog just fine. No reason she had to haul all of them to the house, aside from the youngest. Also, keep in mind that she was more pressed about her Starbucks rather than the thousands of dollars worth of stuff in her car, in which all she had to really do was make sure she put her keys in her pocket so that she could lock the door when she got inside the house. I mean, at one point in time, the keys were in her hand. And does her purse not have straps? And where's Qua? She could have easily asked him to help. All of this just screams laziness. Kind of odd for people to be so careless who apparently came from nothing.
I never leave my purse in the car. Like, that's one thing I don't leave in there. Like, I'll leave like my sunglasses or like something like that, but I don't leave my purse in the car.
Maybe if you put down your $5 venti iced coffee, $4,000 worth of stuff would not have went missing.
And it wasn't only my purse. It was my purse, my Burberry bag, my wallet, my headphones.
So they got like $4,000 worth of stuff, and they also got the car keys.
So Karen went from not leaving anything in her car to apparently leaving everything in her car. Got it. Kind of sounds like Qua when he went car robbing, had zero thought for any of his actions, but once he got caught, he thought he was going to die.
Yep, the car keys were in the purse.
So we have to go back to Chevrolet, and we have to...
Yeah, at first I was so scared I thought that I left my Audi keys in that purse too.
Scared about leaving the other set of keys, but not at all worried about all the personal shit in her purse.
So the police officer came in the door and he's like, are you he said my name weird, but he's like, are you Karen? And I'm like, yes.
How does someone mispronounce Karen? That's like one of the most basic bitch names out there. And it kind of sounded like she was about to say that the cop said Kkandbabyj, not Karen. And she's the one who answered the door, but I thought it was Qua.
I was like, what is it? And Qua's like, what is it?
But wait, I thought Qua already knew what happened.
And then he's like,
no, I walked up and I was like, someone broke in our cars?
Yeah.
Just walked up, huh? So Karen did answer the door. And how does the cop just automatically assume that their cars have been robbed? At this point, no one knows anything, aside from some items being found on the ground. And that could have been anything.
So he's like, it's so funny because he was like, okay, well, somebody handed these keys, these cards to me this morning. They found them in the grass. And I was like, I left my purse in the car.
He handed you the keys, huh? I thought Qua said that you guys had to go back to dealership to change everything up. And since when did cops do house deliveries? Makes more sense to just look up her information, give them a call, and tell them to come pick up their stuff from the station. A cop wouldn't just drive out for something like that so small, especially because they don't even know what the situation is. Mind you, apparently the cop said someone handed Karen stuff to him during the morning time, but in the very beginning of this video, Karen said she had a ring at the doorbell in the morning.
Just because a cop said this morning doesn't mean it's still not that time of day.
Well, when she says this morning, that implies that the morning is over.
That was like literally the first thing I thought of. They're like,
but wait a minute, I thought the first thing she thought of was that a troll was messing around with them again.
Because I guess he was thinking maybe, I don't know. Do you think he thought that someone stole from our car, or he thought like I just dropped them on the
No, you probably thought like you lost your wallet or something.
So how did the cop think that Karen just lost her wallet when apparently it was stolen, and the only things handed to the cop was a pair of keys and some cards?
Oh, you know what's funny too is because we were going through the cars and I opened the garage and there's an Audi, there's a GTR, and there's a Tahoe. And you see he goes,
Yeah, I'm not really into bragging, not really my kink, so we're gonna skip it.
your neighbors must think you guys are drug dealers or something. I go, you think we're drug dealers?
So this is an average house and you got more car than house.
Yeah,
So humble.
I know, and I was like, at first I'm like, no, we're not drug dealers, I swear. Did you get nervous?
No.
I got nervous. I was like, check the house, check me.
Oh, check me, daddy.
So she became nervous over a joke, but not nervous about someone breaking into their cars. Cool.
But then like I was like, oh, we have a security camera. and it records 24/7. So we got the footage, and we're gonna put it in right here.
Just gonna skip through this garbage too, but just to sum things up, the apparent thief took his sweet ass time, didn't even check the box by the door, and at one point looked like he was texting.
I was awake at this time.
Yeah, Paul's up playing video games.
You
and
guys
what's funny
can
is,
See, Fortnite ruins everything.
see how quiet they were being and how they
Yeah.
like wiped their fingerprints and stuff like that.
Probably wasn't even being all that quiet. Qua was playing video games, pulling a ninja.
Oh, fuck you.
The f you say to me, you little How are you not in school? You kiss your mother with that mouth? It's called you kiss your mother with that mouth, huh?
Oh my God, why are you so angry?
Because the fucking youth of society. You shut up when I'm talking to you. You shut your mouth.
yeah.
And yeah, I wish I walked out there. But I wouldn't whoop their ass.
I
or
think
anything.
you'd like
A guy who does shit like this isn't whooping anyone's ass.
talk to them and be like,
I would
hey,
talk
listen,
to them.
I've been there, like.
Exactly. I'd be like, guys, I've been in your shoes. Like, I'd probably run after them, tackle them, and be like, yo, listen to me. I've done
My
this.
children.
I've been through this.
My children.
Yeah, that's real smart. Go run and tackle the people who are actively robbing you in your neighborhood, who could possibly have a weapon on them, such as a knife or, hey, even a gun. I mean, it's not unknown for criminals to possess those sort of things. Qua himself had a weapon on him when he stole it.
If you guys don't know, I got arrested a long time ago for car robbing, doing the exact same thing they did.
The best part is, this isn't on Qua's channel, like the last video was, where they were trying to minimize the attention on their bullshit. They also claim this.
It's not something you vlog about. Like, why would we put it in, you know, it's not something we like wanted to like vlog about on our channel that we know our children will be watching one day.
So the reason why they apparently addressed their past on Qua's dinky ass little channel was
Because it's just not something we want to vlog about. We don't want to post stuff like this on our channel that our kids will see.
yet they do it anyway? Okay. Plus, it's not like the kids won't go and watch their personal channels. One of the kids is on the personal channel.
Really don't see the logic.
Like, I
Yeah,
never
in
broke
high
any
school.
windows. I never broke into houses or anything, but
Qua's mentality when it comes to being a thief is just so cringe. He believes that just because he didn't break a lock or a window or a door, that it's not as bad of a crime. But when you enter into a home, a building, a car, that's not yours, that's still fucked. It's still a crime. It's still just as bad as breaking into it and taking the stuff anyways. And didn't Qua state earlier that someone broke into his car? So when Qua enters into someone else's unlocked car and steals their shit, it's not breaking and entering. But when someone else does it to him, it is? Boy.
me and my friends, we would just go and like open car doors, and if they're open, we'd take like iPods and cash and stuff like that. But we were just young, dumb, and broke.
Still sticking to that young, dumb, and broke crap, I see. Even though he was never broke. Dude even said he lived in a nice house.
You know?
Yeah.
So, and like we couldn't get any jobs, no one was hiring.
It's karma.
So not once in that video where they addressed as to why they stole, did they ever mention anything about not being able to find work. All they did was blame their parents, blame jealousy, blame other people, and hey, just took things for fun. It was a sport. Qua even said stealing was a good time, dude.
And then so like I feel like our only way to like buy a McDonald's Happy Meal back then or a Big Mac was through car robbing.
Not really sure how he bought a Big Mac when all he did was give away a lot of the shit that he stole to support his friends that he apparently was jealous of. Qua portrays himself to be someone who grew up dirt poor while actively living in a nice house and a family that comes from money, had shelter, a warm bed, apparently did a lot of sports in high school. The dude was never poor. Mommy and daddy just stopped pampering his asshole, and he got salty about it.
So like I would sit down, if I could catch these kids that stole from us, I'd sit down with them and I'd talk to them.
What in the world makes this mouth breather think that they would just allow him to do that? Or even would want to hear him out? They're criminals. They are there to do crimes, not listen to some random who got off scot-free from his crimes because mommy flexed her bank account and he's a snitch.
And I'd say, guys, you might get like 20, 30, 50 bucks a night, maybe even 100. Or tonight they got like some purses.
Some purses, huh? He's acting like they got a couple of $80 Loungefly bags. They apparently stole Karen's Louis Vuitton purse and a bunch of other expensive crap. $4,000 worth. They got more than 20-30 bucks.
Probably gonna spoil their girlfriends with it.
Yeah,
It'd
and
be
then
dumb if they tried to sell it.
I'm guessing by Karen's logic here, Kwa spoiled her with stolen shit too. And why would it be a bad idea to sell it? It's not like Gucci has LoJack.
once you get caught though, and you will get caught, the lawyer fees, the embarrassment of like facing like your girlfriend's mom or like
My
your
mom
friends and
forbid me
family.
to date Kwa.
Your friends and family? Why is Kwa pressed about facing his friends? Apparently he was stealing with them. They claimed that everybody was stealing in their school. He also didn't pay any lawyer fees either. He was young, dumb, and broke, remember? Apparently that's why he stole in the first place. So how could he afford to pay a lawyer with no money? I'll give you a hint.
Mommy came to the rescue.
Like I said before, he didn't choose to bust his ass because he wanted to better himself. He got into a lot of trouble, got off easy, but was on house arrest or parole. There's just no way he was charged as a felon, but not as an adult, with no punishment, which being a felon is more of a record thing. But what tickles my little butthole is that 5 years later, after Kwa apparently grew so much from this situation, he was caught online throwing racial and homophobic slurs at people and trying to fight them. And he was 22 years old at the time.
It's not worth it. It's so not worth it. I wish I could just sit these kids down and just tell them what they're gonna go through when they get caught. I would probably hand them $100 and be like, listen.
Did this dude just say what I think he said?
I would probably hand him $100 and be like, listen.
Paying the people that stole $4,000 from you.
That should really show them what for.
Here's $100 each. Just end your night tonight.
End your night tonight? Does that imply that he would let these criminals take whatever they stole that night as long as it's their last? Sure sounds like a pilgrim.
Go home, go to bed, play some video games, play some Fortnite.
Yeah, kids, take that shit you stole. Here's a $100 tip. Go home and play some Fortnite.
Is he serious?
What if these kids are dirt broke poor, like you apparently were,
And don't have an Xbox to play Fortnite, so they're jealous, so they need to go out stealing.
Big Macs?
Probably the last piece of advice you should give anyone is to just go home and play Fortnite. That game is ass, and nobody wants to play that shit. If anything, they'd rather be breaking into cars, getting caught, and actually going to jail instead of playing that damn game. In which, same. And everything Kwa just stated here wouldn't be teaching any life lessons or showing that stealing is wrong. All he's doing is enabling it now.
Stream on Twitch. Make a YouTube channel.
Yeah, just go start a YouTube channel, guys. Go stream on Twitch, guys.
This is how you know Kwa was privileged as fuck. He thinks anybody can just go hop on YouTube and stream. People who are actually poor don't have the means to do such things. Probably don't even have internet or electricity. And Kwa, the guy who apparently was so dirt broke, the guy who was relating to these apparent criminals in this video, doesn't even think of this. Them being poor and out stealing for survival doesn't even cross his mind, even though that was apparently the whole basis as to why he stole.
I feel so bad for them.
Feels bad for the criminals stealing his shit, but not for the people they're stealing from. Guess his mindset on not thinking about others hasn't changed. Well, except for the criminals.
So we have the footage, and my neighbor actually like walked down because she saw it on her camera this morning. Like she didn't even know what happened, and she texted me and was like, "Oh, I just saw the thieves on the ring."
So let's backtrack for a second. That footage I cut out where Karen and Kwa started bragging about their cars, the cop states on camera that their neighbors must be flipping out, which is weird because apparently there was more than one person hitting the neighborhood and multiple people got robbed. So why would they be flipping out if they already knew what happened? I mean, here Karen and Kwa seem casual as fuck.
The police officer was like baffled that they didn't steal the car.
Same.
Kwa's GTR keys were in the car.
Yeah, well, in the Tahoe.
In the Tahoe.
But in the secret compartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, why is he bragging? Dude just apparently took an L on $4,000 worth of stuff while playing Fortnite. But yay, they didn't find the car keys in the secret compartment, even though they weren't stealing cars. Apparently.
And so all my neighbors have cameras. We're all sending it to the detective.
Pretty strange that everyone in that neighborhood has security cameras, yet not one of them, not one of them, was able to catch any of them in the act. And why is Kwa sending the security footage to the police officer? I thought he was going to let them get away with stealing for another night and give them a $100 tip. Wouldn't that be accessory to a crime?
And I actually have a good picture of the kid's face, even though he was wearing like a shirt. He like took the shirt off at one point, which is dumb of him.
Yo, is my boy Qua seriously critiquing on how he was robbed? Not really sure if you should be talking, bruh. As you were getting smacked in squads because you're dog water, you were also getting smacked in life.
I'm surprised like he didn't, like whenever that light came on, he didn't even flinch. Like we have like motion sensor lights, the lights came on, I would have been like,
God, I wish this would work as a thumbnail. But yeah, one would think they'd freak out right once the light popped on, but instead they just stand there for some reason and text.
That's crazy.
I mean,
and there was a bunch of them. They were like walking up and down the street, like it wasn't just one of them.
Yet no one saw anything. How convenient.
So
yeah, so I know like what his mind was going through and stuff like that, and just like he just at this moment right now he feels invincible.
Yeah.
You know, and he just walked away like that.
Well, paying him $100 bill isn't going to change that feeling he apparently has. And is that how you felt, Qua, when you were stealing? I thought you stole for Big Macs, not thrills. And again, it's funny how he's trying to relate to these criminals and act like he knows what was going on in their minds, yet he still thought they could just fuck off and go home and play Fortnite.
So this is a good neighborhood. They're gonna come back here. I'll be up, I'll be playing Fortnite, and I'm gonna see if I can go talk to them.
Well, first off, let's not forget how reliable Qua is when he's up playing Fortnite. And how stupid can you be? Instead of calling the proper authorities, when you spot these criminals, you're going to try to confront them, putting yourself, your wife, your children at risk, all because you want to be some sort of a life coach to criminals. And Karen is just smiling about this. And wasn't one of the many reasons why they moved out of this house based around because they didn't feel safe? And Qua is literally inviting danger in.
And they will get caught. I know the pattern. The cops know the pattern. Everyone in this industry knows, so.
Industry, huh? So Qua doesn't look at stealing as a means for survival, even though that was his, like, reason. He sees it as a career choice. And yeah, they will get caught if you fucking report them and not reward them for stealing with zero consequences, you goon.
Yeah, if the kids are watching this, because I know they go to high school around here.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching this, guys, just stop now while you're ahead.
Yeah, real sure after a hard night of stealing, the first thing these criminals want to do when they get home is watch these two jokes vlog their bougie life. All that materialism was just really convincing the staff, huh?
talk to us.
No, don't talk to us. Just stop now.
Karen just actively invited criminals to come to their house and talk to them. And what does Qua say? Don't do it. All he's been doing this entire time is saying he wants to go talk to them.
So just stop now and just like make a decent living.
Start a YouTube channel.
Yeah, just go start a YouTube channel, you broke bitches.
Why didn't they follow this rule?
Going to jail is terrible. Having it on your record is terrible. And just like,
He didn't go to jail. He spent one night in juvie. Thought he was going to die until mommy came and picked his ass up.
I can't believe that like our security system, I'm so dumb.
what?
I turned the notifications off because it was annoying.
Bruh. So Karen doesn't leave anything in her car, but this time she leaves everything. Qua never leaves his car unlocked, but this time he does. He's also actually up at the time of being robbed, and Karen just so happens to turn off her security notifications as well because they were annoying. Remember what I said about everything that Kkandbabyj did? Well, here you go. What about Qua's security notifications? Did he just turn his off too? None of this makes any sense.
Oh my god.
So I turned them back on and on loud now, and I'm like, oh, God, there's notification.
You know what's weird? Is that Karen always bitches about the CPS situation she had, and they always seem to have these stalker issues. But for some reason, Karen is just fine and dandy with turning off her security system because it annoyed her. Kinda makes you think the CPS thing was a lie.
Because every time a car drives by, it beeps down, but it's worth it to have it on, so I have it on now.
You think the stalkers would be worth it, but I guess not. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's all the slaps I have for you today. There was a little more to this video, but there's only so much one can take. But they do make up another excuse as to why Karen left everything in her car. Something about how hot it was, I don't know. They also do another flashback to when they were car robbed before, way back when. Karen gets all emotional over a $300 purse that Qua somehow bought her, even though he was dirt poor, which is odd because they just lost $4,000 worth of stuff, and it's obviously not a big deal to them because all they've been doing is cracking jokes and laughing and even wanting to pay the thieves. One would think that after all the experience they've had being criminals, they would learn to lock a damn door and protect themselves against people like them.